Worcestershire sauce, which I have over here. I don't know. Should I leave this to you? Or take it off? Because
I say if they're not paying us, take it off.
Well, this is my own homemade Worcestershire sauce. And this is just maple syrup. Let's stick this over here. They're not paying us, take it off. I did write Vitamix because somebody had asked me about the little containers.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked them, I told them, did you know we were at 28? Did you see that?
No. I mean, I might have.
I didn't know we were at 28, and then yesterday, because I was writing the letter, he was like, go back and check so you can give him the truth. I was like, isn't it 27.9 or 27.8? Go back and look. So I go back and I look and I go, oh, that's why you wanted me to do it. Okay. This is this. I do need to have a teaspoon and a half. There's a teaspoon and a half yellow. What else did I do with that? Oh, there it is over here. Teaspoon and a half of water. Okay.
Now don't say anything inappropriate because we're live.
I'm not going to say anything inappropriate.
All right.
Okay, so what should I say? Should I start my hey?
Sure.
Okay. Hey, it's Berta J, and you are in my kitchen live with me today. Guys, I'm really excited about just talking to you. So I don't know everything, but if you have a question, make sure that you type it in, and I'll do my best to answer it. And what I wanted to do a live show and do some salad dressings. I have two. These are two that I use a lot. I use my own and I use these two because they're quick. The one is quick and one is not so much, but it's delicious. This one came to me years ago from Engine 2, which is now Gold Plant Strong with Rip Esselstyn. You know the Esselstyns, Dr. Caldwell, his wife Ann, and his daughter Jane. They do a lot of things on Instagram as well as on YouTube. They're not paying me for anything. I just like their stuff. And this recipe is really good. I use this recipe, it's a lot of ingredients, but I use this recipe for mayonnaise, like mayonnaise, when I make a sandwich. Or I make a pita pocket. I'll put that on the inside of it and then stuff it with everything else. Okay? So I want to get started so that you can see that you can have something other than mayonnaise to go on your sandwiches. Or even on your salad, which we will put it on. And it gets nice and thick. Okay, the first thing is, I'll put the measurements and everything below. This is nutritional yeast, 3 tablespoons. Put that in. Next, we put in Bragg's Aminos or Tamari. So you get your liquid in there. You know what I'm going to say because you see what's on there. I'm going to say, get it all. Get every drop of what's in this little container and have it look like that. Next, you're going to use mustard. Now, I want to tell you, if you're not crazy about mustard, you won't like this dressing. But if you do like mustard, it's like, because it's at the base, you're going to like this. So it's a tablespoon and a half of Dijon mustard or your favorite. Now, I'm not going to tell you what I put in here, but you know I'm mixed, right? So in goes the mustard.
Hi from Hungary.
Hungary as in Europe?
Uh-huh.
Hi, Hungary. So nice. Thank you for joining me. Who would have ever thought I would have been able to talk to somebody in Hungary on a live show? I am so grateful to God for this, I tell you. Okay, so that's nice and clean. And I guess it's okay to lick your fingers too, as long as you don't stick it in anything. Okay, so you got your mustard in. Then you're going to use a tablespoon and a half of balsamic vinegar. Now, Are you guys hollering out there saying, Berta, I know you're using Wild Groves. That's exactly what I'm using. It's Wild Groves traditional. The other dressing will use Wild Groves, but another vinegar. So I'll pour it in. You can see, you see how thick that is? I'm telling you, this is the world's best balsamic vinegar. So scrape all that out. All. Get it all, troopers. Get it all. Okay. Next, you're going to use some apple cider vinegar. I just use Bragg's. And absolutely, that's lemon juice. Apple cider vinegar. Pour it in. And that's another tablespoon and a half. 2 tablespoons of pure lemon juice. And you know how I do the lemon juice, right? I have a video. I'll hook the link below so you can have that. But I just get lemons and I cut them and squeeze them using a citrus juicer. And then I pour it into an ice cube tray and I freeze them. So when I do need them, I just take them out a little bit at a time and I put them, this one's really old, you can see, but I just put them in a jar so that I can use them when I need them, okay? So this is 2 tablespoons, and it goes. And then, this is something that I want you to tell me whether or not you want me to share with you. Maybe you use regular Worcestershire. You know the sauce I'm talking about. It starts with a W-O-R, Worcestershire, whatever. So you use a teaspoon and a half of this, and this is vegetarian. And the reason you want your own, if you're going plant-based, is because the regular Worcestershire sauce, W sauce, has sardines in it. Okay, so we're going to pour that in. Get it all out of your container. Or you'll be pouring it. You won't be doing like this. You won't be doing a demo in your kitchen. Just pour it into, measure it and pour it into your container. Okay, and now you're going to use, I just keep also ground flaxseed because they're really good for you. Try and use a tablespoon a day. Remember that Berta J is not a doctor, nor is she a medical professional. I have no degree in anything, and I just do a lot of reading and trying things out, and I learn a lot that way. Throw out a lot of stuff, keep a lot of stuff, and then share my good things with you. But you need a tablespoon of ground flaxseed. You see that? And dump that in. And the last thing is to put in, I'm going to use the same one. Actually, I have one here. I put in 3, I'm going to put it here first. 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of water. And I could have used my little container that goes on here, but obviously I did not. Is anybody asking anything? I don't know how long that was, but that's about all I do. Most of the time, I do a double batch, and I can give you the double batch numbers. So all you have to do is everything that I put down for this little amount, you just do twice as much. Okay, so that's done, and I was gonna put it in a jar. And this is a washed out jar. Another video that you don't have to throw away all your jars all the time. You can use your jars, wash them out so that you can use them to store things. I wouldn't use them for canning, however, but I would use them to store things like this in your refrigerator. Now, remember that ground flaxseed is a thickener, one of many thickeners. Maybe I should do a show on thickeners. But anyway, this is one of the thickeners. And this, when it sets in the refrigerator, it's going to get thicker than this. It's already going to be pretty thick. Can you see this? And this stuff is so absolutely fantastic, delicious, amazing, no questions.
Well, you haven't given me a chance. You've just been going.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so now this, I'll answer some questions now that this one is finished. And I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'll show you what I was going to put it on.
Someone asked, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Maryland, and most of my family is still there. All of my family is still there except me. But I grew up in Maryland. It's a very beautiful place where I grew up, and I had to leave so that I could find a job after I graduated from college. Nobody wanted to hire a newbie. So that's where I grew up, Maryland.
Someone else says, you're wearing mustard colors, dressed for the occasion.
You guys always, I didn't do that on purpose. You always notice stuff like that. I was looking for something to wear so that I could do a different, I guess by now you guys know I love scarves, right? I use them all the time. I've been wearing them and buying them since I was 16. I'll be 70 this year. So you do the math. It's a subtraction problem. So, and I have been wearing them because I find that when you have some things in your wardrobe that you say, I don't have anything to go with that. But if you keep looking for scarves with different colors that you don't normally see together, you will find that you can make an interesting outfit by just throwing a scarf on your head, around your neck. You're skinny enough, throw it around your waist. I really love scarves. And let's just get off the subject of food for a minute, if you don't mind. And I learned how to tie a scarf like this. And I don't know if Evan wants to get closer, but this is braided. It's a braided scarf. It's just a long skinny like this. And it just goes out really long. But I was in a store and I saw this on the mannequin. And I thought, I'd never seen that before. So I went to the manager of the store because I used to go there frequent. I used to go there a lot, but now they're gone. Dress Barn. And she said, oh, I can show you. It's really easy. Oh, you know what I forgot? Talking so much, I forgot the sweetener. You need a tablespoon of maple syrup. It's all blended up. I'm just going to pour it in. It'll taste fine. Everything else is all blended, and this is a liquid sweetener. Use your favorite. If you want to use a powdered one, don't forget to put it in, okay? But I really like. And Engine 2's, this recipe called for maple syrup. And just stir it in. What that sweetener in this salad dressing does is it pulls all the flavors together and then pops a little bit of sweetness into it after that mustard and lemon juice and those vinegars. Okay, so now I'm going to do what I do when nobody's looking. Yep, that's perfect. Okay. So anyway, back to the scarf. So I learned how to do it. And I know that I haven't tied it like this before. So I thought, let me find a long skinny scarf. And I did. I happen to have a top to go with it. But can you see that it's braided? Evan Oliver?
Yes.
Can you push it closer?
Can I push it closer?
So they can see my...
You want me to work?
Just to see that it is a braided scarf. Really cool. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll do something with that. But that's my Engine 2. Can you see?
See? Oh, nice and braided.
Okay.
Whoa, that was too close. Sorry about that.
Maybe that's one of my first up close. There was somebody who was so kind to me and he said, oh, you have no wrinkles. And I said, that's because my son is very smart. He keeps the camera far away. I have wrinkles. You just can't see them because Evan doesn't do close-ups. Okay? Tell me what else. Anything else?
I know someone said, I forget where it is now. Where did you learn to cook? That you have so many nice tips and recipes and stuff.
Now, guys, that's a funny story. It started because I was desperate to feed myself. And I did not know how to cook because my mom, who loved being a mom, there was 11 kids in my family, she didn't really want you in her kitchen. However, back in the day when I was going to junior high, high school, yeah, women, young girls, had to take home economics, and that was cooking and learning different things that you do in the home. And so I told my mom, I said, I got to do these. They gave you an assignment. You did something in class and you had to do something at home. And she said, well, all right, because you have to do your homework, then you can come on in the kitchen. But generally, we were not in the kitchen to help her. So I knew what I liked, never had a weight problem, and just ate good food all the time because I grew up on a small farm. And then I went to college and didn't know how to cook anything. And I mean, I could boil water, make some tea. What else could I do? I think I could probably do a hot dog. I can't remember. I had a wonderful roommate, had some roommates, and then this one roommate was wonderful. And she and I used to take turns just trying different things. And I realized that I really liked lemon. So I started making lemon pudding. And that's where it started. I was about 19, 20 years old. And then I graduated from college, still didn't do much cooking after that. We got most of our stuff from the cafeteria, the refectory. And then I had to move away from home because I couldn't find a job around my home. So I moved to New England. And in my training class, I met my husband. And he's from the islands and he knew how to cook. He had to learn how to cook when he went away from his parents. And so he would go to the grocery store with me and I would buy all these things because I knew it was in my refrigerator at home. However, I didn't know what to do with it. Carrots would get eyes and roots and things on them, and potatoes. It was a mess. And he said, why do you buy all this stuff? You don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to cook. So why don't you learn how to cook? So he showed me a couple of things, but then it took off. I realized I liked cooking. So I bought the same cookbook that my mom had. And it's Eb, do you want to get that cookbook? I bought a new one because the other one was so old. You want me to show it to him?
What cookbook?
The one that we use all the time, the plaid one.
That's the new plaid one. You want the old plaid one?
I don't want them to see the old one.
Oh, okay.
Do you think they want to see it?
You're too embarrassed.
It's so old. The pages are brown. I've used it, still use it. But I bought a new one. But when I moved up here, the first one that's brown, I bought this. And this is a Better Homes cookbook. Everything I tried in this cookbook was good. I learned how to bake bread. And I found the more I cooked, the more I like to cook. And that's how it all started. It started from me not being able to be in the kitchen, to being in the kitchen, but only a little bit, to having to take care of myself. And when I did start taking care of myself, that's really when I started gaining weight. Because I would eat pizza for breakfast. And I didn't know how to cook, really know how to cook a decent egg. But I kind of figured it out, and I started reading about cooking. And I know that's a long, involved story, but it's the truth. And then I migrated because my blood pressure went up with my daughter when I had her, 3 children. And she's the oldest. My blood pressure shot up. It was in the 8th month. And they had to hospitalize me. And I stayed in the hospital for 10 days. And I had to learn how to cook better so that my blood pressure would stay down. And so I started reading all kinds of books, why I became a vegan. I have some of the books on either side of me in that video that I read from cover to cover to learn about what the body really needs. And it really loves having whole foods. I mean, you can eat meat and all that. I'm not going to beat you up. That's not the kind of person I am. But if you're going to do the meat, make sure you complement it with those things that your body really is craving for. The whole foods of fruits and vegetables and beans and nuts and seeds and those kinds of things. So I found out about that. But because I had children, it was back and forth. I was up and down. And finally, I leveled out and started losing some weight. And still haven't gotten there yet, but I'm still working on it. And I'm finding I love, the more I read, the more I try, the more I love to cook. And I got that from my mom, and she was a really, really good cook. Excellent, excellent cook. So I guess it's a lot of things to tell you the truth about where I learned this. And I read magazines. It's like it's in magazines you can get at Costco or BJ's or Sam's. I read those articles they have in there. I read the back of, always, I've been a label reader long before it became the thing. What's in this stuff? So read your labels. That's important too. And I just found out that I wanted to know what's in my food. How can I make it? How can I make the same thing they're making out there and have it at home and know that I don't have to put those things on the ingredients that I can't pronounce? And what are those things? So I've become an investigator when it comes to food and putting things together, tastes, and different vegetables, different fruits, different vegetables and fruits and seeds and nuts, putting all those things together to come up with something that tastes really good. And it's always a challenge, but I do enjoy it. I hope that was a long answer, but I hope you understand, and I hope you got the gist of where I came from. Knowing nothing to knowing what I know now, and then going beyond that, just continuing to learn. I like learning. Anybody else?
Oh,
It was a long answer. What are my books?
Someone says, I love your recipes, even though I rarely make recipes from YouTube. They're here for inspiration.
Oh, okay. They like inspiration. I was really surprised by that, you guys. I don't think anybody ever told me that I was an inspiration to them. The thing I would like to tell you is how I got started here. And my son, I don't think I ever shared that with you. Maybe it's in the Why I Became a Vegan. But I had loved cooking so much that I had just a few friends. I don't have a whole lot of friends. But what they would do, they would call me and they go, Berta, what do I put in soup? I'm making some soup. What's the spice you use? I was going to put in salt and pepper. Yeah, salt and pepper's okay, but try this, this, and this. And he was young. He would hear me do this. And so he grew up hearing me just talk to these different people and giving out information for free for years and years and years, decades. And so he became a YouTuber. And he said, Mom, you know what? You share a lot of information, and it's good information. If you would get a YouTube channel, and I'll help you because, I want to be a videographer, and you would reach so many more people than the few little people that call you here or that you see in the grocery store. Because I would share information with anybody wherever I was. And that's how this channel started. It started because I wanted to help people to eat healthier and to eat better. Because as I gave the information out, I would hear myself speak, and it would help me. So I was helping others, but I was helping me at the same time. So this channel came out of a need to share my information with other people. And it has been such a joy. We started in January of 2017. Can you believe that? 2017. We're in our 4th year, and it's been really, really a good ride. I really enjoy it. And meeting so many of you, I tell you, he's amazed that I remember your names. Oh, so-and-so wrote me, and they said this, that, and the other. He goes, Mom, you remember these people's names? Most people don't remember their viewers' names. And many of you, I do. I do remember you. And I'm so thankful. And you young people that are coming, you learn how to cook and put together spices and tastes and things like that when you're young. When you get older, people will be listening to you. I'm telling you they will. Because that's what happened to me. Is that a good enough answer?
That's a good enough answer.
That's
the answer they're going to get.
So,
this is going way back to when you were talking about jars. Just
okay.
I don't know if you know VQ Smith. I don't know if you've heard of her before.
Pink Hair Smooth.
Her boyfriend got her into saving jars.
Okay. And what did she wanted me to talk about them? Yes, saving jars I think is a wonderful thing.
Well, no, just saying that.
Okay.
He saved jars. They're both saving jars, saving the planet, one jar at a time. You know.
I think it's wonderful. Okay, so how long have we been on? I don't want to overstay.
22, 27, 25 minutes.
Okay.
I'm
gonna rinse this.
We did that already. You're wise beyond your years regarding your scarf tip.
Really? Well, I could tell you a little bit more about that. This is not perfectly clean, but it's pretty good. I can't remember, I know I was 16, and I had to have an outfit for school. And I said to my mom, all I've got is this brown skirt and this funny colored yellow, goldish colored top. And she said, why don't you go downtown and get yourself a scarf at JCPenney? This is a true story. And so I got on the bus and went down, and I found, I should have brought the scarf. I didn't think I would talk about this. But I still have the scarf that I first bought. And that's what started when I was 16 years old. And I have just been learning. Some of the ways that I tie my scarves I haven't seen anywhere. It's an inspiration. I know it's from the Lord. I can hear in my head, the thought will come, okay, tie the two ends together. Okay, now lift up the other two ends and tie those together. And it'll come out. It'll have just the most beautiful, I don't know, movement of fabric around my neck with these two colors that normally people, if you took the scarf off, you wonder, why is she wearing purple and red? Or something that is just totally opposite one another. But just start trying scarves. Besides the long way, fold it in half, around your neck, stick the end through. Just try some other stuff. You'll be surprised at how comfortable you'll start to feel with a scarf. If you don't like them, you don't like them. But if you want to try something different, that's the way I find to do it. Okay.
Are you influenced by any Food Network stars?
Oh, you know what's so funny about that? Influenced. Food Network stars, I don't know, they kind of annoy me. I don't know, not all of them, but
Is this on the internet?
Like they don't get all the stuff out of their containers, so I'm always fussing with them. I'm out looking at them at the screen. So would you scrape that out? Lydia, would you do that? Martha, there's another one, Barefoot Contessa. She's famous for it, just pouring stuff in. And I like them, but I'm always thinking, how can I turn this into a plant-based recipe? So it became work to look at them. Now, there may be some plant-based people out there that are on the internet, but I don't really get, we don't get the, what's it called, the cable channels. I have a Roku, but I don't get cable channels to look at. And so I guess I said all of that to say, I'm not really influenced by them. I mean, I think that it's nice they have a show, and I think that they're sharing with people. How many people are going to make the stuff that Martha makes? She uses a ton of butter. I'm sorry, Martha. She uses a lot of butter, a lot of eggs, a lot of oil, a lot of everything that I don't eat. So to try and replace all of that to come up with a recipe that's plant-based is too difficult. Sometimes I just watch them to see their mannerisms, the things they say, how do they transition from one thing to another. I guess you could say if I'm influenced at all, when I do take a few minutes to look at them, it's for that reason. How do they present themselves? How do they transition from one place to another? I was getting a lot of my, what are they called? They're bobbles, the things I mess up with. Bloopers. The bloopers, when I go like that, it's because Evan has pointed something out to me, and I've noticed Martha or the other ones that I look at for a while, they don't ever say that. And so I want to change so that I flow a little bit easier. One of the things I say a lot is, you're gonna. I always think, you're gonna, and then you're gonna. And Evan said, well, can you come up with something else, Mom? Okay, first you do this, and then you do that. It just gives you a step-by-step without saying you're gonna. If you guys don't mind that, because I say you're gonna, because I feel like I'm talking to you and I want to draw you into what I'm doing by saying you are going to do this next, and then you are going to do that next. So I don't know. Give me your opinion on that one. But I know it had bothered me for a while. And the people on the cooking channels, they don't do that. They rarely say that. They just chop and dice and throw stuff together and mix and without saying that. So long answer, I guess, for a short question. I'll stop talking so much. Remember, just give the answer.
No,
Is it
it's
yes,
okay.
no?
Not a whole ton of questions.
Okay, so I'll do the other one. How about that?
So one person says that she's 70 and still has her mother's B&H cookbook. That thing.
Really? I'm telling you, guys, young people, if you want a good cookbook, they don't have a whole lot of plant-based stuff, but they do have vegetables in here. I can take their recipes easier than I can take anybody else's that's made, that has like, say a muffin or a pancakes or anything like that. I can turn it into a plant-based very easily because the recipes are simple, but they taste really, really good. It's one of my recommendations, besides getting a plant-based cookbook from the plant-based people, okay? If you want to get one, you can get that. Okay, so I'm going to try the other one. Go ahead, they can still doing it. This is this.
Someone else says that their mother's name was Alberta. And she was a great cook too.
Oh my word!
You have great skin, and I think you're beautiful.
Thank you. What's that child's name?
Alma Roberts.
Alma Roberts, thank you so much. I had horrible skin growing up. So to hear that, even though I'm at 69, to hear that is just like music to my ears. It was terrible. All my sisters and my brothers, my mom, my dad, everybody had beautiful skin. Berta, no. She had to take me to a dermatologist. I had all these things done to my face, and nothing really worked. It was just, I don't know. I just always had horrible skin. So to hear that I have lovely skin is a blessing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're definitely inspiring to me. I love your simple and helpful tips. Sometimes people make things seem too complicated or lots of ingredients.
Yeah. What I want you guys to see, like I wasn't going to put it in the blender. You can put it in the blender if you want to. But here's one that I was really pressed one day because I was out of dressing. I didn't have any dressing and I didn't feel like making a dressing. But it was like, you got to make a dressing. So this is what I made. I took all the things that I like and I put them together and I made this dressing. This dressing right here that I'm going to show you right now is the same dressing that I used on my massaged kale salad. And I'm telling you, it's really good. Take 4 tablespoons, which is a fourth of a cup. Okay, fourth of a cup, 4 tablespoons. You can remember that. And I'm just going to mix it up in here, but you can put it in the blender, like I said. So this is just plain store-bought. Put that in a bowl. And this is how I made it the first time. And I let Evan taste it, and he said, oh, my mom, that is really good. I like mustard. So I just used organic. It's Nature's Promise. And you can get it in the big box stores. But it's Giant, Super Giant. I think it's what it's called, the Giant food stores or Stop and Shop in the New England area. And I just used 1 tablespoon. That was it. Okay, so I have these 2 guys, and they're nice and clean. Then I used 3 tablespoons of water. 3 tablespoons of water. 1, 2, 3. I use 1 tablespoon of pure lemon juice. 1. I'm really not using this again, the ground flaxseed. Stick that over there. And the last I'm telling you, that guy from Wild Rose has got a customer for life. As long as they're in business, I'll be buying their vinegar. This one's lemon. It tastes really good. I'm sure anyone would taste good, but I particularly like lemon. And so I put in 3 tablespoons of that. Okay, now I washed my hands before I got here. Remember I told you your hands are your best tool? They're nice and clean. What you do, you can use your pointer and you just go around the edge and then watch what you see anything dripping out. Spoon's clean. And then you can lick this. Okay? So everything is in here. And scrape that off. Now this is only a few ingredients. It's not very many. It's what I had around. It's hummus, lemon, balsamic vinegar, water, lemon juice, and mustard. That's it. And so what I did, I just started mixing. And it'll be thick because of the hummus. Use your favorite hummus. And as it sits in the refrigerator, it'll get thicker. It's kind of thin now. And you can blend it up in the blender. Again, I'll say that.
Do you have any sauerkraut recipes?
Sauerkraut?
Mm-hmm.
Child, no.
No.
I don't have any sauerkraut recipes. I don't have any sauerkraut recipes.
Because you don't like sauerkraut.
I don't mind sauerkraut. It's not. See, I share with you things I like. You guys want sauerkraut recipes? I can see what I can find, but don't expect me to taste it. And please don't expect me to do anything with eggplant because it makes me nauseous. Somebody told me it might be because it's a nightshade and some people are, are very sensitive to that, but I can't eat it. I can't eat eggplant. So what I'm going to do, I'll turn it around this way. This is a sweet potato I just had in the refrigerator. I love sweet potatoes, so they're usually in there. But this is a salad that I put all kinds of things in, so I'm going to separate them out. This one really has a lot of things, so I'll turn it over so you can see them. Okay. And first I'm going to taste it, make sure that it tastes good. I know it does. It's a little sweet. If you don't want it this sweet, use fewer tablespoons of the balsamic. But I like that sweet with the lemon juice. You did see me put lemon juice in there, right?
So you do nothing.
Okay, well, there should be a tablespoon of lemon juice in here.
Someone asked, they missed the first ingredient.
Of this one?
Mm-hmm.
The first is a quarter of a cup, a fourth of a cup of hummus, your favorite hummus. I just use plain. And I really like it, so there we go.
Someone says that they just happened upon you when they looked on how to de-static clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Then they found out that you're a vegan cook.
Mm-hmm.
They're hearing your story now and they're in love.
And they're what?
And they're in love. Thrilled to discover you.
I'm so glad. Who is that? Tell me your name. Kim.
That was Caroline Smith Baylor.
Baylor? Okay. Thank you, Caroline, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Caroline. I don't know. What you see on this camera, if you saw me out in the street, it'd be the same way. I am not any different. And that's one of the things that Evan said, I think people will like about you, Mom, because this is who you are. You are who you are. And I don't know how to be phony. I mean, I guess I could try, but I wouldn't know. I'd probably be not very good at it, and people would laugh at me a lot. So who I am in front of the camera, who I am at my church, in front of my pastor and friends, that's just who I am. I can't be any different because it's too hard. You ever try to be phony with a bunch of people and then you go home or you go someplace and you got to be phony, a different kind of phony? Too much work. Just be you. Be you and be glad you're you because God made you you. And so if you are you, you'll feel so thankful for who you are and how you are. And people will be drawn to your genuineness. My pastor uses that term. Being genuine and authentic. People understand and they do that. They really like being around people that are not phony. So, I don't know which one. I'm going to try this one because I haven't eaten anything.
Someone else says that they found you and they looked up how to keep salad longer.
Oh!
So, one of those people.
One of those people.
And she loved the rest of your cooking tips.
Okay, so let me tell you a little story about that one and how to keep greens longer. Now, it may appear on my YouTube channel that I have it together, but I don't. It's like, a video's got to go up, and what are we going to do? He just walked past me one day and said, oh, you've been doing that salad thing for years. Why don't you just do that? And that's how that video came into being. The other one that has gotten more than 1 million views, which I am so grateful for, was the same thing. I didn't know what I was going to put up that for that particular week. And he said, Mom, you've been doing the lettuce thing forever. Your lettuce and your greens. Just share that with the people. And if you don't know about it, it's real simple to keep your lettuce, greens, even the ones that come in the little, I call them clamshell packages, the greens in there, your spinach and spring mixes and all of that. You can take it out of that and put it in a bowl, or maybe you can even keep it in there. I've never done that. But you layer it with paper towels. You can even use, some of my viewers have said, what about like cloth? You could use cloth. Just be careful because the moisture from those greens are going to get on that cloth and it's going to get wet. And you need to change it. Dry it out. Have some other pieces of cloth around or paper towel and replace it with the dry ones ever so often. You can't keep it in there forever. I don't know how I could show you, but Evan said, they may not believe you, Mom, because I put a little piece of paper, about 3 by 3, and I put the date on it. And the date was 12/23/20. And I just finished eating it. And yeah, there were a couple of little slimy pieces of spinach, but generally it was still, I did my fingers, it was still crisp. We have another refrigerator though, not just this one here, but one in our basement, and we don't go in it very often, so that may have been the reason. But you can use those tips, and I'm telling you, it'll save you so much time. And I just shared what I had been doing for years, and I found out from my son's observance of me that sharing the simple things people don't know, because I thought everybody was doing this. He goes, no, Mom, not everybody's doing this. So I want to taste my salad because I'm hungry, okay? And I'm going to taste the one that I made from Engine 2 first. It's really good. But remember, this is good to me because I like mustard. Okay, so that's that one. This one has just a tablespoon of mustard, but it too as well. I don't know how this would taste with another condiment. Like say if you wanted to put ketchup in here, or some of my, what would you put in there besides ketchup, mustard? You got any other ideas? You could do mayonnaise, but you do it if you were doing plant-based, do a plant-based mayonnaise, because I'm only using 1 tablespoon. So you could do 1 tablespoon of the cashew mayo or something like that. This is good. That's really good. And that simple one, I call it Berta's Quick Salad Dressing with the hummus. Massage it into your kale. Nothing like it. It's wonderful. The kale gets softer, and you get very happy because it's very delicious. I'm going to eat a piece of this sweet potato.
Someone says that lettuce video was a godsend. She saved so much money keeping greens fresh longer.
Praise God. Hallelujah. Thank you. What's her name?
Queen Bee.
Queen, oh, I've seen her before. Thank you, Queen Bee. It's a true. I mean, I could go in the refrigerator now. Do you want me to do it?
If you want.
Let me go in. I'll see if I can find them. I didn't put a date on this one.
Ooh.
That was the one from, I just did it on Saturday, but I think I have one that's older. This one's older. I just did one on Saturday, but that's going to still be crisp. But I'll tell you, the one thing that I can tell you about this and about my channel, which I tell you in my trailer, what's it called?
Channel trailer?
My channel trailer. My channel trailer. Let me put this over here. Is that Evan and I have made a pact that I'm not going to put, I can't put anything on the channel that I haven't tried myself. And I tried doing that once. It was a disaster. He had to record my hummus. It's got, I don't know if you can see that. It's got a lot of condensation on that. It's dripping down. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ah, this is the one. Can you see that? Can they see that?
No.
Take that up so they can see it. That's a little piece of paper that I put in here. And these are moist. And I need to.
So December of last year.
Okay. Let me get a plate so you can see. I'll use my daughter's plate. She likes this one. It's lighter. You can see. Here are the greens. Now, here's one that's a little slimy. But that was last year I put these in. I can still eat this. Whereas before I was changing this thing, I was throwing away stuff every couple of days. And here's this thing. This really surprised me because I really wasn't expecting to be able to keep this long. And I do have to take out a couple pieces. But guys, I'm telling you, if you have not looked at that video, look at it so that you can do this because it will save you a lot of money. Let me see what else is down here. If it looks really bad, I'll still show it to you. But you see it's popping up? It's still pretty fresh. Yeah, it's down below. It's the last layer.
Do you make your own hummus?
I do. I have a hummus recipe. It's on the channel. That was what caused all this, caused the new, what would you call it? What we decided to do. It was our foundational statute or premise or promise that we weren't going to put anything on that I hadn't tried already. What I was trying to do when I looked at other plant-based people is I saw that they had, this bottom layer is not that great, but the other ones on the top are pretty good. But I'm really surprised that it stayed this long, honestly, because I had never tried this long before. And, but yes, I do make my own hummus. Yes, it's very, very good. It's very plain. To spruce it up a little bit, I usually put in my, the tomatoes that I do, dehydrated tomatoes, the sun-dried tomato. I put those in, or I haven't tried yet, but I want to try my own, what are those things? Those onions, balsamic caramelized onion. Put that in my hummus. Yeah, I have my own recipe. It's not hard. Throw all that stuff together, and you'll be surprised how easy it is. And then it'll become so much a part of you. You just take a can of chickpeas, take them out, put them through your strainer, rinse them off, throw them in your food processor, and you keep on going. Just put in the other things and spin it down, and you got yourself some hummus.
Stephanie says, "That's my sister. Keep it up."
I have, how many sisters are? There's 9 of us, and 2. That's 7. So I have 6 sisters still alive, and Stephanie's the baby, and that was her just making that comment. It's nice to have the support of your family. So anyway, and I've grown to have some of you like my sisters. One of whom is, can I say her name? Should I say her name and embarrass her?
Go for it. That's what siblings are for.
Her name is Savannah. She's from Texas, and she's like a sister to me. She is amazing and lovely and wonderful, and I love her so much and her family. Hi, Cindy. I don't know. I can't. I'm getting a lot more out of here, but I'm having to turn it over. But do you see all these? You can still eat this. I didn't know that this little tip that I gave you was going to save so much. There are a lot of people, though, that are very upset with me, I guess. Berta, now you know you need to, you don't want to use so much paper because that's going to clog up all of the, what is it? The recycling, and not recycling, but, just there's going to be too much paper around. And I thought to myself, for my little home, yes, I can do all I can do. But for the little bit of paper that I have, I don't think it's going to really hurt that much. But I am looking at using some old towels and things like that, and I'll share that with you when I do it.
Do you have caramelized onion video?
Absolutely. I'll put it down below. Ev can do his magic with making sure that it's up here or up here, but I can also stick it down below. That's really easy. You can do the caramelized onion with balsamic vinegar at the very end, or if you don't want it, you don't have to, or use your own favorite, or you can leave it out and you just keep stirring it and it will get even more caramelized. They're very, very good. I have used them as a base to a sandwich. I didn't have anything else. I used caramelized onion and threw a bunch of vegetables on it, put some salad dressing on it, and I was really, really happy with that. I'll tell you something that I did when I first started this, and I went out to dinner with my husband, we would go to a place that had a salad bar. And usually if you find a place that has meat, they usually have a salad bar. And so this salad bar was really good, and I asked for a baked potato. And after I put all my dressing on my salad and chopped it up very nicely, I thought, instead of trying to eat the potato, I didn't want any butter, didn't want any of the sour cream. But if you take your salad just like this and put it on top of a potato, a baked potato, it's amazing. I've done that once. I'll do it again so that you guys can see it. It is so delicious. Your favorite dressing with all your fresh greens and toppings, tomatoes, and whatever it is you put on there. But you put your dressing on first and then put it on top of your baked potato. There's nothing like it. Absolutely nothing. It is delicious. So I guess that with that said, and I'm still picking out nice clean pieces that I can use. Kind of crunched up, but these were at the very bottom. And this was the first bowl that I did. I usually do 2 bowls. And this was the first one. The other one I already ate up. Why do we say ate up? We don't say ate down. Right?
No, we don't.
English is a funny language. Okay, go ahead. Anything else? Somebody else got another thing they want to say? How long have we been on? Been on for an hour?
Close to. It's been 54 minutes.
Okay. I'll just pick out these so that I can use this for a salad another day, or I want to do burritos. I've seen burritos all over the place, guys. And is that what it is? Or the quesadillas? What is it that I said I want to try?
A burrito.
A burrito. You roll it up with all these beans and rice and onions and all kinds of good stuff, maybe carrots and some kind of green, like I don't know, kale or collards or something. You mix it all up together, and then you put a little sauce in there, and then you put it on a flat tortilla. You guys know how to do it. Roll it up, but it'll be totally plant-based. And then I have to figure out what kind of sauce I want to put on it. Throw it in the oven and bake that bad boy, and you will have yourself a nice meal for a few days. So, no more questions?
Well, no, they've gotten topic of pickling things.
Pickling things?
And putting pickles on sandwiches with peanut butter.
With peanut butter?
Mm-hmm.
Real, like dill pickles? Is that what they're saying? Are you guys saying dill pickles with peanut butter? Now, nobody likes
pickled onions.
Oh, pickled onions.
In the fridge.
Pickled onions. I've never heard of that. See, I'm old, but I haven't heard of everything. I've never heard of a pickled onion. I've heard of pickled eggs, but not pickled onions. And they use them with what? On peanut butter? With peanut butter, you said?
One of them asked pickles and peanut butter sandwiches. I have to try that.
I don't know about that.
Another person says that they like pickles and peanut butter sandwiches.
Really? You guys, see, I could put peanut butter. I love peanut butter. Mid-afternoon, my daughter works with this guy. I think it was the guy at work. And he had a little song he sang. Mid-afternoon, peanut butter spoon. So he would scoop out some peanut butter and he would have that as a snack. A lot of people run to the vending machine, but he had his peanut butter spoon. He was good. My daughter doesn't really like peanut butter that much. But her mother, love peanut butter. And I do have a peanut butter cookie recipe. If anyone wants to know. I have also a peanut sauce that is amazing from a Chef Del from Forks Over Knives. Absolutely delicious. I have used it on any kind of grain, many different grains, and it still tastes good. At the end, you put on a little bit of scallion, chopped scallion, and a little bit of chopped peanuts on the top, and it is so, so, so good. But that's on the channel too. So with that, guys, we've been here an hour. Nobody has anything else to say. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I have one last thing. I have 2 grandchildren, and they are so precious. My number 1 son, Evan is my number 2. He has 2 children.
See, I knew you had a favorite.
With his wife, Amy, and their names are Zoe Lee and Logan. So I'm saying hi, Zoe Lee. Hi, Logan. I hope you guys got a chance to see Grammy on her YouTube channel. I love you, and I'm so glad you came over yesterday. And so with that, I'll say bye for now. Guys, it was so good just standing here talking to you. I'll do this more often. I do enjoy it. Give me some ideas on what I can share with you. Because I know the reason I did the dressings is because somebody suggested it, and I thought it was a good idea also. So let me know. And I can even go over another recipe that I already have gone over, or something how else could you use it? Whatever. Just let me know. I need ideas about that. I have so many things that I'm doing, but I really love doing this. Okay? So don't forget you're already looking, but for those of you who are watching, never subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click on that bell. The gray bell, I think it's gray, right?
I'm not sure what color
it is. It's colored. It says all next to it. Click on that. And so every time a new video is uploaded, you will get the notification. And that's it. I just thought of some other things I could say, but I'm not going to say them. I'll wait for the next time, okay? Thanks for being so patient with me and being here to watch me and saying that I'm an inspiration. I really, really appreciate that. I'm glad I am to some of you. So for that, bye for now.
I'm going to keep it on for 30 more seconds because it's going to annoy me that this video isn't an hour.
Okay, so it's going to be
kill time for 30 more seconds.
30 more seconds? Okay. One of the things that I found out from one of the people I subscribe to, her name is Britt Giroudi. It's Giroudi Family. And I watched her video on how she lost 70 pounds. She's a whole food plant-based woman. And I do this now because of her. She said, make sauces that are plant-based and put it on your food. It'll help you to eat it. If you don't like the taste of it, put a sauce on it. That's how it helped her to eat more vegetables and things like that. So sauces and gravies and things like that on top of your food will help. Okay?
All right. Kudos.
Oh, that works. Yep.
Well, that's not very nice.